For the past 30 years, Sonic has taught me 3 important lessons in life. You gotta go fast, chili dogs are a perfectly acceptable breakfast, and you gotta go fast. He's raced across the Green Hill Zone, he's raced against Mario in the Olympics, and he's even raced in a car before despite being able to run faster than the speed of sound. But now, Sonic is back in Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, a game that promises speed, chaos, and some snarky rivalry from within the colorful cast of Sonic's past. So buckle up, don't forget your hot sauce, and let's dive into Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. There was a popular kart racing game that came out this year that sold very well, and there's been a lot of comparisons between Sonic Racing CrossWorlds and
that kart racing game. It's great. We don't need to show it to you.
I wanted to save those things till later in the video because I really enjoyed Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. Then again, I also really enjoyed Sonic Racing back in 2019 on the Switch. So I want to talk about just Sonic Racing CrossWorlds first. Let's dive in. Now, Sonic Racing CrossWorlds comes out today on all platforms, including Steam, Xbox, PS5, and Nintendo Switch. There is not a Nintendo Switch 2 version, but the Nintendo Switch 1 version is $10 cheaper, and there's going to be a $10 upgrade pack in the future for the Switch 2. So if you decide to get the game now at launch, you could still enjoy it, and then later on upgrade it for the additional $10. I think one of the best things to do is just to hop into a race. You're gonna get your option of whichever character that you'd like. There's like Egg Pawn is here, and Sage, and Jet, and there's a wide variety of DLC characters and free update characters that are coming, I believe, to all platforms. Pick whoever you want to start off with because you're not gonna know what you like until you know what you don't like. So I'm just gonna start with Sonic over here in the default machine. And there's also a bunch of different speeds, and starting off at high speed, especially with smart steering on, I just banged into walls left and right. Highly recommend starting off at normal speed because this game does not handle like Mario Kart. Let's put that first and foremost. It handles a lot more like old school racers, kind of like Need for Speed Underground before they went to Need for Speed Pro Street, mixed with the more animated Mario Kart. And it's a little bit difficult to exactly nail the comparison. You also saw there that we had a rival show up, and you could choose whichever rival that you'd like to go against, and a bunch of them have very fun specific text and language when the race actually starts and depending on who's winning so far. Now, every machine also has gadgets that you have to unlock the more races that you do. And the gadgets can do a lot of various things, like increase the amount of rings that you can hold. You can start with a specific item. So starting off, you're gonna have all the racers pop out from whatever worlds that they were a part of.
Again, my worthy adversary. Prepare to be humbled before my mechanical might.
I just can't be mad at that level of confidence. I'm still going to beat you and laugh about it, though.
And if you were to play as a different character, it sounds different. There's just different text altogether. You're also gonna get your option for a boost at the beginning for perfect timing, but you can actually let go of the accelerator and go back up. And as long as you land within that dark green area, you're good. There is drifting that allows you to hug corners a lot tighter. And you're also gonna see these large red rings. These large red rings give you a bonus after you complete the level. Just to let you know, I also have steering assist off, but I do have trick assist on just because I found it a little cumbersome knowing the times that I can and can't use tricks. So driving well, executing your apex of turns, gathering rings to actually go faster, all that is, pretty par for the course from most kart racers that you're used to, right? I also grabbed some items along the way. The Dark Chow randomizes all of the different items that you get. Now you're gonna see as we come to the end of lap 1 that there's 2 paths that you can go. One path is a predetermined course and another path is a random course. Who's ever in first actually gets to choose where everyone goes, and for the second lap of the race, you're gonna go to a completely different world. Some of them are exclusive to this, and then at a certain point in the game, you unlock the ability to go to more and more areas that are part of different courses. I also really like what they did with the item distribution. You saw right there that I could either get an item or I could get 5 rings. And that option between the two makes you do that split-second decision-making, and which I'm really a fan of. So you could choose to prioritize whichever one that you want for the appropriate situation. And you're gonna see that these items, they can be a little chaotic. Here on the last lap, there's double item boxes in some various areas. Some of these dash panels are actually a little bit bigger. Oh, I got a great item, a shield. A shield pretty much blocks you from every single type of attack and is imperative to maintaining a lead. Right there in that little burst, I got up to 130 rings. You'll also see that if I hit the side, I lose rings, not just slow down, which I think is pretty neat. So we're maintaining our lead pretty nicely. We have a homing rocket. I activated my shield and I was unaffected by the homing rocket. I dropped that behind me, not in an area that it would actually hit anything. Oh no, I hit a magnet. I still have enough of a lead. I'm okay. Can I aim this behind to hit Eggman? Nope, but I can activate that tornado. That way I actually don't get hit by whatever is going to be dropped on me. And that's a first place. At the end, we get race rewards, these tickets that you're going to see in the top right, and they can be used for a bunch of different things as far as redeeming different customizable vehicle parts. You can customize your machines, you can make cross machines, you can stick vinyls on there like old school Need for Speed games. It's very customizable and I'm a big fan of it. And you'll also see here that you have an option to use tickets to retry a round. So say for example, the game is a little bit difficult for you and you're in one of the very fast cups and you just placed ever so slightly below where you needed to. Instead of redoing all of the previous races that you did, you could choose to use your tickets and just redo that one round to help save time at the cost of those customization tickets. Listen, we've all been there. You've been in first place, you're doing great, you're about to win against the computer, and then you just get hit over and over and over. You lose all of your momentum, you lose all of your speed boosts, your items, and you have no chance at coming in the top 4 places. Well, now at the end of the round, boom, just retry. So now I want to spend a little bit of time to talk about the customizing of the machines, because huge fan of it. You're gonna see over here, I made this bright orange muscle car with a whole bunch of like sponsor vinyls on it and stuff. I made this crazy gold racer that looks like it's something straight out of Tron. For power vehicles, I made this enormous cross dozer in a glossy dark red with gold accents and old school World War II bomber style vinyls on the side. This vehicle's actually been one of my favorite. It's called the Beast Spike and it's considered a power vehicle. If I look at the parameters, the power is up to 52 and power impacts when you collide with another racer, who's gonna get hit, who's gonna lose their momentum, who's going to get knocked out of whatever position they are, and who's gonna lose rings. So power actually makes a big difference in this game and the Beast Spike is actually my favorite one for it. Now you can choose to customize these vehicles with whatever bits that you want. You're also gonna see that there are some more parts that are going to be released soon, like this dragon spike, which is pretty crazy looking, egg drill star, and all these have very slight changes to the vehicle. So this one slightly decreases our speed, acceleration, handling, and increases our power and boost. Or if you just like the vanilla vehicles, you could just stick with the vanilla vehicles and then paint them different colors. There's a whole bunch of pre-made color schemes based off of all the racers that you're going to encounter, or you make your own. You choose whatever color that you want and you choose whatever texture that you want. If you want it to be solid or glossy, listen, this sparks so well for me. Hey, now I want it to be orange. Great. I could just come on here and I could change all these different aspects and now, boom, a lot more silver looking, a lot more orange, and we're good to go. There's a variety of decals, like Sonic based ones, and then a whole bunch of other sponsors that they have, like, where's my favorite? Here it is, Don Quixote. Which is a store in Japan that I bought luggage from, and they also have Gucci bags and they also have ramen, so can't say enough good things about Don Quixote if you're in Japan. You could customize your horn with a bunch of different options. And then there's also auras that you can have. So if you want to do some aura farming when you're online, go for it. Save up an enormous amount of tickets and then have an aura on your vehicle. Now let's dive into the gadgets a little bit. You saw how often I was hit with different items. You can make it so that you can control what items that you're going to be getting. First of all, you could do inventory swap that changes whatever your current item is and then your secondary item. You could hold 3 items if you want, or if you want more defensive items, you can do that and they just appear more often. You could start the race off with a shield that grants invincibility, and it makes it more likely that you're going to pick up this one specific item when you're out racing. So when you're in first, this is a fantastic way to ensure that. My in particular favorite build is a dash panel bounty that makes it so anytime I go over a dash panel, I get 5 rings. I have an increased range up. I start with a wisp for boost speed, and I hold a total of 200 rings, making sure that I can go much faster than everyone else. I also really enjoy playing a Shadow, so I'm going to be Shadow, and I'm going to do a race how I want to do the race, and let's do a high speed one. So now because I'm in a power vehicle, I don't need to worry about getting hit as much. I could just sort of bash my way through when we're trading paint.
We are both creations of the Robotnik lineage. Would you consider us family?
I've put that part of my history behind me. I live for myself. You should do the same.
Yeah, clearly text between these two characters that have a long-standing history. I also like how Shadow does his little stand-up thing from inside of his car. Seems like a very dangerous way to race a vehicle, but that's fine.
Now's my chance.
So I like to start with the boost wisp, just in case I decide to do one of these corners a little too close, and that causes me to go off course, or worst case scenario, I hit one of these hazards. Also, every time I hit a boost panel, I get 5 rings. So this course has a whole bunch of fun little shortcuts that you can kind of make for yourself, and there's no annoying guy saying, hey, you're out of bounds, and then they pick you up. This wisp actually makes it so I teleport between a bunch of different characters, and then I make my way all the way up to the front. I'm also only at, what, 82 rings? Normally by now I should probably be at 200, and it's probably because I'm talking so much. So my rival is gonna make some text all throughout the time that we're gonna be racing. And they tend to be a better racer, and I wouldn't really call it like an artificial rubber banding or a cheating or anything. They're just optimized very well. Oh, there they are, showing up. And with a shield at the very end, I'm pretty much invincible, and I ended with 200 rings for max speed, and that's a GG. This game has customizable vehicles. You get to see the stats of all of the vehicles that you customize. You get to make fine-tune adjustments. You get to paint the vehicles different colors. You get to use badges to change the aspects of how you play the game. That can also change the items that you get, which items you're more likely to receive, and make it so if you want to do more of a bagging, item-heavy playstyle, you can. If you want to do more of a front-running with a lot of defensive items playstyle, you can. There are so many options to customize and tailor the experience that you actually want. There are no long straightaways that you're going to be spending a minute sort of just looking at the atmosphere. These are high energy, intense, 3-turn courses that need your constant attention. Honestly, after
That kart racing game.
because of how little that was, I'm enjoying this even more. Now, I played Sonic Racers for the entire game. I beat it. It took 20-ish hours. This game to beat takes about 20-ish hours, as most of these racer games do. My entire time getting to preview this game, there was no online capability, so I haven't done anything online quite yet. And how amazing or interactive the online scene is going to be depends on who's playing. As soon as you start the game, you're told that if you beat all of the rivals, there is a super racer that you get. Yes, it's Supersonic. This is a spoiler to no one. And let me tell you something weird. Supersonic is invincible. He takes no damage from any items, which seems really weird, but there is a time and place for it. At supersonic speeds, it is near impossible for you to keep track of every single thing going on because of how fast it's going. So there's just one more aspect of the game that I do want to highlight, and that has to do with the crossroads, the middle courses. Okay, great. We made our way to the front, and you see that large green icon? We've activated Frenzy mode, and there's a whole bunch of different frenzies. This in particular one gives everyone a rechargeable boost wisp. So every few seconds you can go ahead, and as long as that's your active item, you can activate your boost wisp. And every single one of the racers has this exact same bonus, which causes the courses to go much more fun and fast, and a little chaotic if I'm being honest. So overall, Sonic Racing CrossWorlds is a fantastic, high-paced, speedy, 3-lap racing game that you can enjoy for yourself or with friends. Thank you to Sega for sending it over to me before release, because honestly, I was probably gonna buy it anyways, and I've been playing it on Steam, and I can't wait till it comes out on the Switch too. Let me know what you think about Sonic Racing CrossWorlds down in the comment section down below. Until next time, Austin John out.
If I had $1 for every time I needed a Sonic the Hedgehog costume and 8 chili dogs outside of Stewart's, I'd have $2, which isn't a lot of dollars, but it's weird that it happened more than once.